Okay, hello students, let us continue with the third part. Now in first part we saw how the coins were trying to play tricks with this little boy Munna, and how they were playing mind games, like giving many ways and ideas just to have him eat jalebis. Like they were trying various ways to persuade him in every possible way so that he will go and buy jalebis and eat it. And eventually he gives up. He buys a whole rupee jalebis, and then he gets like two hands full of jalebis. And then his uncle will see him. So in the frighten of that, or in the since being afraid of it that his uncle might see him, he runs into a gully, and then he gobbles up all the jalebis as much as possible. And and then this is what we saw in the first part. Okay, he has jalebis, and in the second part we saw that he eats the jalebis how much as much as possible he can eat. And looking at the incident and everything, and smelling the jalebis, all the children in his entire neighborhood assembles them, and they were so pleased to see him. Also his stomach was full with having all the jalebis. He thinks to distribute among these children. And looking at the crowd there, he buys 1 rupee jalebis, again 1 rupee worth jalebis, and distributes them. Stands near a chabudra, and he thinks that if he was a governor, he would have got elected very easily, as these children and all the people gathered there would have possibly given their votes to him only. Like he was feeling that kind of pleasure now. And after that, the beggars and all the people also started launching their assault. So he bought other 2 rupees worth jalebis also, and he distributed among them. Then now he had filled his stomach so much with these jalebis that even if someone poked or two, 1 or 2 jalebis would be out of it. And his stomach had also started paining now. And he was worried that if he told all this incident to his mother, like not all this incident jalebis wala, but he's feeling not well, he is having stomach ache, then his mother or parents would have called doctor, and doctor would have would have told that he had jalebis and nothing else, and he will be simply to die. So he was like, अभी मरने के लिए तैयार हो सकता हूँ अगर डॉक्टर आके बोलेंगे that I had jalebi, so that and that's why his stomach is paining now. पर वो हमारे बॉडी में डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम काइंड ऑफ थिंग है, राइट? So obviously digestive system, digestion machines, they did their work whole night, and next day he was all okay to go to school. So he went to school, had slate and bag, everything. He went to school, and then he found out that the scholarship money was going to be paid the following month. And now he got very anxious, because what tricks the coins had played, not the tricks, but it was his mind who was playing tricks on him. It was said that scholarship money he will get, and that scholarship money he'll be using it for the school fees, and that's why he used all the school fees on jalebis. But now there's a twist, that he won't be getting scholarship money, and now all the arranged things will be getting jumbled. Scholarship money he is not getting, that means he can't be able to pay school fees, and school fees नहीं भरेंगे तो he will be easily got caught of whatever he had done. Now he started praying to Lord that do something, send one farishta or send one angel or something, and put her, or let it drop 4 rupees in my pocket. Okay, but he was so afraid of that when the recess bell rang, he took his bag, everything in with him, and walked out of the school, and went like he was so afraid, he just kept walking till the earth ended, and he was just afraid, and he was just praying to the Lord, do something. I will, if you grant me this wish, if you give me 4 rupees in my pocket, he will promise to use them in a good way, use them for fees and not eat jalebis, and he will give something in return. Okay, but he could obviously he couldn't reach to the point where the earth ended, but he definitely reached to the point where the railway station of Kumbhalpur was. And there he came, and he remembered that the elders had already warned that you should never cross the railway tracks. Maybe for a kid it will be very dangerous, or because for his safety they would have warned him. But also the elders have warned him that he should not eat outside food with other money. If the money is given to you for food, you can have it, but if your money is given for other purpose and using it for other purpose, then it's wrong. But still he did it. So it was like a promise was meant to be broken. But how come that warning escaped his mind when he was going to have Jalebis? So he was questioning right now, questioning to himself now. So in the third part is the consequences of the things that he had done now. Okay, so there was a shade giving tree near the railway tracks. He sat under the tree wondering whether something, what possibly unfortunate could go wrong, what possibly could go wrong now. If I get caught, what will happen? What will my father do? What will my mother do? If I didn't get caught, what will happen? But this thought didn't came in mind before having Jalebis, right? Like, if what was he thinking? He just thought at a one side, like, I'll get scholarship fees, I'll be paying it for the school fees afterwards, and school fees I'll have Jalebis. But he didn't think that what if he didn't get the scholarship money, what will happen? If he had thought the other part, he would have not brought Jalebis, right? But now he's wondering what could possibly go wrong. If I get caught, what will happen? What unfortunate will happen? And if I didn't get caught, what will happen? How could I manage the money? So he was wondering whether there could be possibly a more unfortunate child than him in this world. Okay, यही सबसे अनफॉर्चुनेट लड़का है इस वर्ल्ड में, पूरा इसके साथ ही पूरा बुरा होता है. ही स्टार्टेड थिंकिंग लाइक दैट. So he was like, I should have been very aware when the coins I had created so much racket in my pocket. अगर वैसा नहीं होता तो I would have not done like that. I would have been very simple and straightforward. But now I had hit the Jalebis with that fees money, and I was thinking that I will pay that fees money with the scholarship money, and now nothing is going to happen like this. So I thought that 2 plus 2 is always 4, but I never thought that 2 plus 2 can also be 5. Okay, so that is what he is saying here. But he was saying that, how am I supposed to know that 2 and 2 can also be equal to 5? So now he started being worrying, like he was in mixed feelings right now. He said that if I had known that scholarship money I was going to get in the next month, I would have postponed eating Jalebis and everything. So now the crime of eating Jalebis has happened, and this was like his first time in a life being absent from the school. So he was just worried, and he sat crouching in the shade of tree in that deserted corner of the railway station. He was sitting under the tree, and out of fear he started crying like hell, and suddenly started laughing when a thought passed through his mind, like, these are not my tears, these are actually the syrup of Jalebis. And he started laughing. And after the thought of Jalebis, he remembered the thought of fees, and after the fees he remembered the Master Ghulam's cane. Then Cain, I thought of God and everything. He started remembering everything with series, and again he started crying, and he again started to pray. He literally memorized the entire namaz. He also memorized the 10 surahs of Quran by heart. He recited all ayat al-kursis also for just now, and he was like indeed a devoted servant, and he was telling God now, चपरासी को भी मतलब बहुत सारे पैसे मिल जाते हैं, आपको सिर्फ मुझे 4 रुपये देने में क्या हर्ज है, कितना दुख होगा आपको. ही वॉज लाइक ट्राइंग टू टेल टू लॉर्ड. नाउ ही स्टार्टेड मेकिंग ट्रेडिंग्स नाउ, that just give me 4 rupees, do something and just give me 4 rupees somehow. I will do whatever it is possible for me, but just do this thing. Okay, but still nothing was happening. Now he started praying like, देख भगवान, I am just praying you, even चपरासी you give a lot of money, आप just मुझे 4 रुपये दे दो एनी हाउ. मैं तो एक मतलब बड़े अफसर का बेटा भांजा हूँ. ओके, आपको मतलब 4 रुपये देने में क्या आ जाता है, आपको उतना शॉर्टेज नहीं होगा ना तो आपके ट्रेजरी में से. ही स्टार्टेड मेकिंग ट्रेडिंग्स नाउ. अगेन ही स्टार्टेड ऑफरिंग नमाज, रिसाइटेड 10 सूरत, आयत अल कुर्सी, कलमा तैयब एंड everything that he remembered he did chew in his bag लाइक जंतर मंतर छू करके ऐसे कुछ तो किया उसने बैग में, और ही ओपन द बैग विशिंग expecting that there will be 4 rupees coin in his bag, but nothing like that happens. It was just his textbooks and pen, pencil and everything that he had in his bag. Okay, so he just had few textbooks, notebook, one pencil, one sharpener, one ID card which his mamu had sent him. Okay, and this was everything that was there in the bag. He started crying loudly after seeing that nothing, no 4 rupees coin are there in his bag. Then suddenly he remembered that the school must have ended and the children must be on their way to their homes. So he went back to school and walked to school as if nothing had happened. Like, I was just going to school, I came to school, I had attended all the periods, and now I'm going to back to home. Okay, making like कुछ हुआ ही नहीं है ऐसा करके, ऐसे चेहरा बना के he was returning home. And suddenly when he was walking on the way to his school, there was a jalebi wala. He also starting like taunting, or you can say teasing him. Yeah, bhai, you should have weigh a whole rupee worth jalebis. Do you want jalebis today? But obviously he might be teasing, or he might be trying to convince him to have jalebis. But he was not going to this Munna was not going to get fooled now, since the mistake has done, and he was worried about the consequences that will be happening. Okay, so like he was feeling like I won't be having jalebis today, but he will surely like to have liver instead that to eat. मतलब बोलते हैं ना, जलेबी तो नहीं खाऊंगा पर तेरा गोश्त तो खाऊंगा ही, ऐसे मतलब इन गुस्से में से. ओके, so he was very much, he wasn't feeling good that day, and he was just helpless. So he went to home again, and next day he did the same thing. He got dressed up, left home, went to the school, and then turned off to the railway station. Again he started repeatedly pleading, Lamia, that at least give it to me today, do something and send me the 4 rupees somehow to me. Okay, then he says, chalo, let's do one thing, let's play a game. I will go from here to that signal, and you secretly place that 4 rupee coins under this big rock. Okay, I will touch the signal and come back. What fun it will be when I pick up, then there will be a 4 rupees coin. मतलब मैं जाऊँगा, सिग्नल का हाथ लगाऊंगा और वापस आऊँगा तो उसके नीचे 4 रुपये होंगे. कितना मज़ा आएगा ना. लेट्स प्ले दैट गेम. तो वो करता है 1 2 3 रन टूवर्ड्स द सिग्नल, and he touches the signal, and he comes again. Okay, and when he opened the big rock, there was nothing underneath but just a little worm underneath, which looking at that worm, he becomes very frightened and he very shocked. But there was nothing, there were no coins, nothing else. So he was like literally crawling on his knees, on his hands now. He was very distressed, he was very helpless, but nothing happened. Then he walks away and he tells that tomorrow I will do wazoo, wear clean clothes and come here from morning to noon. I will keep reading the namaz. मैं वही करूँगा जो करते आ रहा हूँ. Please don't give me, Allah doesn't give me 4 rupees. Then what he says that अब तभी तो मुझे 4 rupees दे दो, but इसके बाद भी अगर Allah is not giving me 4 rupees, I will be forced to strike a bargain. अभी वो क्या बोल रहा है, अभी सिर्फ मैं आपसे मांग रहा हूँ कि आप 4 रुपये मुझे दे दो करके, पर तब भी आप अगर अल्लाह नहीं दे रहे होंगे 4 रुपये, तो आप मुझे अभी बार्गेन करना चालू करना पड़ेगा. लाइक यू हैव टू स्टार्ट आउट डीलिंग विथ हिम. अभी तक वो ट्रेडिंग कर रहा था, नाउ ही इज़ गोइंग टू डील विथ हिम. ओके, आफ्टर ऑल भगवान मुझे नहीं हेल्प करेगा, मुझे पैसे नहीं देगा तो किसको देगा ना, राइट. ऑब्वियसली इफ गॉड इज़ नॉट गोइंग टू हेल्प मी, देन हु इज़ ही गोइंग टू हेल्प टू. सो दैट डे ऑल्सो nothing, he didn't get money. And when he returned home apparently from school and actually from the railway station, he got caught. The report of his absence had reached home, and it was now useless to say anything because he had now जो हो चुका है वो हो चुका है. What has happened had happened. But and maybe his parents must have scolded him, beat him, or did whatever to make him in discipline. उसके बाद ये 7th grade 8th grade तक आ गया, but he still kept wondering कि अगर मुझे अल्लाह मियाँ ने वो 4 रुपये उस दिन दिए होते तो क्या बुरा होता, कौन सी बड़ी हानि हो जाती, कौन सा बड़ा भूकंप आ जाता जो मुझे 4 रुपये नहीं दिए. सो ही kept wondering कि अल्लाह मियाँ ने क्यों नहीं दिया. बट ही केम टू अ कंक्लूजन दैट इफ़ God had provided us for all for the asking only and we had not done anything, then animals and birds like vultures, cows would have not learned the art of making jalebis. That's why human have brain and human has to improvise everything to learn the art of whatever things you want to do. So in the conclusion, we have what we want, we have to earn for it. We don't get like that in our hands, we have to make hard work for it. So the story is all written by Ahmad Nadim Kasmi. It was written in Urdu, and now this story is translated by Sufia Patan. So whole this story, the Jalebis, is written by Ahmad Nadim Kasmi, not Sufia Patan. It is translated by Sufia Patan from Urdu. That's all. Thank you, students.